Hello.
Hi.
Nobody's here yet.
Let me move the chair. Let me put the nice chair.
No, because I wanted to sit there so that and the chair's blocking. Well, I want to sit out there.
You want to sit up there?
You should have. You should.
Can you hear me?
No, you should move. You should put like
A
a
chair?
relaxing chair out there.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice
Like a
place.
bistro table and chair?
This opens, right? Yeah. You should
Yeah.
put a chair.
It's really hot outside though. It's gonna be, I'm saying if I open it now.
Nice view.
Excellent. Worship of the house. Great pride of,
Tomorrow we finish the Masechta, eh?
Yes. Okay, Lamed Daled, 34. She'ein Talmud Lomer b'chodesh Hashvi. They didn't have to write b'chodesh Hashvi. Ma Talmud Lomer b'chodesh Hashvi. She'yukol truas b'chodesh Hashvi hazeh kazeh. All the truos should be the same, just like the trua in Yovel should be the same thing on Rosh Hashanah. Uminayin l'sholosh shel sholosh sholosh. And how do we know we need 3 stanzas of the Tkiya trua Tkiya? Talmud Lomer va'avarta shofar trua. That's 1. Shabbaton zichron trua. And Yom Trua Yelachem. So 3 truas. And there has to be a Tkiya in front of each trua and a Tkiya in back of each trua. And how do we know you learn Rosh Hashanah to Yovel from Yovel to Rosh Hashanah? Talmud Lomer Shvi Shvi L'Gzer Shava. HaKetzad. Shalosh Shehin Teisha. You're going to need 3 that eventually is going to be 9. Because you're going to have 9 sets of 3 truos. Excuse me. 3 truos, if each true has to be at least 3, when you do 3 truos, you're going to have 9 truos. Shir Tkiya Kisrua. The Gemara said that the length of a Tkiya is like a trua. And then we said Shir, what's the Shir Trua? Kishlosha Shvorim. Woo, woo, woo. High Tana Mikra Maisel Bekesha. Vahashta Maisel Gzer Shava. How come initially they learned it a Hekesh and now they switch it to Gzer Shava? Hachi Kamar. Ilav Gzer Shava, V'Maisina Love a Hekesh. If it wasn't for the Gzer Shava, I'd still be able to learn up a Hekesh. Hashta does Gzer Shava. Now that I have the Gzer Shava, Hekesh Lo Tzarech. I don't need the Hekesh. High Tana Maisel Gzer Shava Mimidbar. The Gzer Shava learned from the Midbar.
Sorry.
What does it say in the Midbar? The Tanya. When they traveled in the Midbar, it says Utkatem Trua. So there's a Tkiya prior to the Trua. Tkiya b'fnei atzmo, Trua b'fnei atzmo. Each one is distinct. Ata oimer Tkiya b'fnei atzmo, Trua b'fnei atzmo, enel Tkiya Trua achasi. Maybe Tkiya and Trua is considered one thing. So kishu oimer v'akiyel sakahol. Tisku uvelosari, when you gather the kahal, you only blow tkiya, not triya. So you see clearly that they are 2 distinct things. Have you omer tkiya b'fnei atzmo, trua b'fnei atzmo? So we determine now from the 3 psukim, ve'avarta shofar trua, shabbaton zichron trua, yom trua yelachem, that there has to be 3 truos. And in front of each 3 truos, you have to have a tkiya in front of each trua. How do you know this? Minayin shepshuta lachareh, or shepshuta lefaneh, Talmud Lomer utkatem trua. The word tkiya is in front of the word trua. And then uminayin shepshutu lachra. How do you know they have to have one blast after the trua? Talmud Lomer trua yiskuu. So one pasuk says tkiya before the trua, one pasuk says the tkiya after the trua. And that's how we have our structure of tkiya, trua, tkiya. Rabbi Shmuel ben Rav Baruch Omer, you know what? Einot tzrach. We don't need all this limud. Harehu Omer uskatem trua shenis. You shall blow trua another time. She'ein tamid lomer shenis. What's the shenis for? Ma tamid lomer shenis. Zebana av. Shekol malkom shenemar trua te tkiya shniya lo. That whenever there's a trua, there's got to be a tkiya connected to it. But those psukim are taught by the way the Mishkan traveled in the midbar, right? They used the chatzot. Every time the Mishkan would move, they would blow. How do we know that this din of tkiya trua applies to Rosh Hashanah? Talmud Lomer trua l'gzer shava, because it says Yom Zichron trua. So trua here by the midbar, trua by Rosh Hashanah, it's gzer shava. There's shalosh truot nemer Rosh Hashanah. It says 3 times trua by Rosh Hashanah. Higher. We're on Lamed Daled, about halfway down.
Okay.
3 times does it say trua by Rosh Hashanah. Shabbaton zichron trua. And it says Yom trua. Then it says V'avarta shofar trua. Ushteit ki yisocholachas v'achatz matzinu lameidim. So then we already proved there has to be a tkiya in front and the tkiya behind. So you have shalosh truas for shesh tkiyos, right? We have tkiya, trua, tkiya, tkiya, trua, tkiya, tkiya, trua, tkiya. So you have 3 truos and 6 tkiyos. Then Rosh Hashanah. Shtai medivrei Torah, v'achas medivrei sofer. 2 have direct Torah law. 1 of them is only rabbinic. Shabbaton zichron trua, ve'avarta shofar trua, that's medivrei Torah. Yom trua yelachem l'talmudahu ba. So that's coming to teach its own thing. Has nothing to do with this din. We're just going to see what it teaches. And therefore the 3rd is only rabbinic. Really only 1 of these psukim is midoraisa, and the other 2 are midrabona. Ve'avarta shofar trua midivrei Torah. Shabbaton zichron trua v'yom trilachem. Each one of those psukim are needed for themselves. The Talmudah huba, they're not available to be used. Jake,
What?
you have anything cold to drink?
Yeah.
The Talmudah huba comes to teach its own din, have nothing to do with the din of 3 truos on Rosh Hashanah. Now the Gemara wants to know, my the Talmudah huba, what do these psukim, Shabbaton zichron trua and Yom Triya Lachem, what is the limud? To teach me, number 1, Meboy bayom v'lo balayim. Yom Trua teaches me that the mitzvah of shofar is daytime, not at night. The idich, the other mandobar doesn't learn, who learns the pasuk for the din of trua bayom v'lo balayim and nafkalei. Nafkalei mi b'yom kippurim. He learns the din that blowing shofar Rosh Hashanah is in the daytime from the words Yom Kippurim. So, Yom Kippurim Yalev. If you learn it out by Yom Kippurim, that's by Yovel. When it says you blow by Yovel, it's by. Oh, thank you very much. So, Yom Kippurim Yalev. If you learn out the din of Yom from Yom Kippurim, Nigmar Nami Minei, L'Pshuta L'Fanei Pshuta L'Achrona. Now we proved by Yom Kippur by Yovel that you have to blow a tkiya before and after the trua. So the Gemara is asking now, why don't we learn the whole Gzeira Shava from Yom Kippurim to teach me the din by Rosh Hashanah, the same thing? Why did we have to go through a different limud? So the Gemara says, Va'avarta taviru lo mashmalahu. The Vavarta shofar and taviru shofar, it's not it doesn't fit those words. It's coming to teach me something else. Elamai darshabuhu. So what do they teach? What do they learn from those words? The words Vavarta shofar teaches me Kid Rav Masna. Rav Masna. Vavarta derech avaroso. You have to blow the shofar the way it sits on the head of the ram, not opposite, not upside down. Taviru dekom rachmona navri b'yad. And the other Taviru comes to teach me that you have to hold the shofar with your hand when you blow it. What does the other mandamer do? The Rav Masna midishani b'dubure. The Rav Masna's din of derech havaraso is just for the fact that they used a different word. They used avara, taviru, and not yitku'u, already teaches me the din of something different about it. And taviru bayad lo matis samrit, because the gomer avar mi Moshe. Taviru is learned the Gzeir Shava from Moshe. Ksiva chavavarta shofar tua. Uksiva savaitzav Moshe vayvir kol b'machane. Moshe commanded by the chet of the Egel that they should send out word in the Machane, ma lahalam b'kol, that was with a sound, avkan b'kol. Ulai Tana the Maitzil Midbar, the Tanoim who learned it from the Chatzoitros when the camp moved in the Midbar. Ma lahalam Chatzoitros, avkan Chatzoitros. And you could have thought that maybe on Rosh Hashanah you have to use Chatzoitros, not a shofar. Tavadomar tiku b'chodesh shofar b'kesel yom chagim. Blow in the month shofar when the holiday is hidden, because Rosh Hashanah the moon is hidden. Ezer chag shachodesh miskaseh, but every yom is Rosh Hashanah. The Karachmana shofar, not Chatzoitros. It says very clearly tiku b'chodesh shofar. It doesn't say tiku b'chodesh Chatzoitros. Asking Ravavo b'Kesari Tkiya, Shloisha Shvorim, Trua Tkiya. Our davening where we do Tkiya, Shvorim Trua Tkiya, this was established by Ravavo and Kesari. Why? Enough. Manavshach. Yalula Yalil. Yalula Yalil. La'avir Tkiya Trua Tkiya. Then you should do tkiya true tkiya. The ganach ganach, if it's le'avet tkiya shlosha shvarmu tkiya. Why are you doing both? So mesafkele ganach ganach yalul yalim. There was a doubt whether the trua is a or so therefore he was mesakein that they did shvorim trua. But the problem is if you do a shvorim first, and the real trua is a yalila, so you're going to have a hefsek, komafsek, shloish shvorim, being trua l'tkiya. So the Gemara says the harder of a tkiya trua utkiya. Because later on, right, just like we do tkiya shvorim trua tkiya 3 times, and then we do by itself tkiya trua utkiya. So, Maskal Ravina Vidilma Ganuchi Hava, maybe the Ikar Adin is to do it the Komafsik Trua Ben Shwarm L'Tkiya. And then the Trua is being mafsik between the Shwarm and the end Tkiya. The Hadar of a Trua Shwarm Trua. Because the third approach is to do Tkiya Shwarm Trua Tkiya. Excuse me. Tkiya Shvarim. The Hadar of a Trua Shvarim Trua. They also did trua shvar, which we don't do. El ravo my askin, igenuach gana chay avde, iyelul yolah avde. So he did both. But so why did he did not establish tkiya trua shvarim tkiya? He only established tkiya shvarim trua. So mesafkele dilma ganach v'yolil. He was mesufik what it is, whether it's isai and then the yolil. And Ihachi, the Gemara again asks on Ravavol, Levad Nami Ibcha Tkiya, Trua, Shlosh Shvam Tkiya, Dilma Yolav Vagana. So the Gemara gives now a svara to answer the question. Stama de Milsa Ki, Matra Beinish Milsa Bereisha Ganach Vada Yolav. When a person is struck with crying, he goes, Oi, oi, oi. That's you don't start crying and then do the sign. You do the sign that leads into crying. He blew the first tkiya for 5 seconds, and then he did the trua. And then the second tkiya he did for 10 seconds. The Mishnah said we only count the last one as 1, not 2, even though it was double the length. On Rav Yochanan, Shama Tesha Tkiyos B'Tesha Shos Bayom. If a person heard 9 truos, like we learned, you need to have 9 truos, but you heard it throughout the day, Yatsa. Doesn't have to be right next to each other. Tanamachi Shama Tesha Tkiyos B'Tesha Shos Bayom Yatsa. He blew 1 tkiya every hour, you're also Yatsa. However, Metisha B'nei Adam Kechad Lo Yatsa. If 9 people blew 1 blast, you're not Yotze. But 1 person blows a tkiya and the other person blows a trua, that's not a problem. Yotze. Vafilu b'seirugin, even they do it sequentially. One guy does this one, the other guy does this one. And even if they went on the whole day, Vafilu kol hayom kulo. Freit the Gemara mi over Rav Yochanan Hachi did Rav Yochanan says Rav Yochanan mishum Rav Shimon Yod Tzadok b'halel u'v'megila im shak de ligmor skula. If you started Hallel and you didn't finish Hallel, you stopped in the middle, and you delayed a period of time that it takes you to recite Hallel, Chayzer l'rosh, you're not Yotzei. So how can you say that by these 9 tkiyas during a day you can be Yotzei? Lo kasha hadidei hadirabe. One is his opinion that hafsaka delay does not ma'akev, and the other is Rav Shimon Yod Tzadok, who says you should not be mafsik. Freti more v'didei lo. What Rabbi Yochanan allows delay? V'harabavo havishakal v'azlo basrei Rav Yochanan. Ravo visited Rav Yochanan. Vavi kori kriya shma. Rav Yochanan was reading Shema. They were walking and they came to a dirty area. He stopped. After they started walking, so he said, "Can I keep on saying Kriya Shema?" If you delayed enough that it would have taken you to read the whole Kriya Shema, you have to go in the beginning. So Rav Yochanan does not hold that you're allowed to be mafsik. So the Gemara says, "Lididi lo svirli." I don't hold that hafsaka is ma'akev, but lididcha. But according to you, the svirlach im shahisak the Gemara skula chazal rosh. If you hold that svara that a delay will be ma'akev, then you have to go back to the beginning. Tan rabbanon tkiyos ein ma'akvos zuetzu. Kiyos, for example, when they blew shofar on a tainis, and if you didn't make a bracha, the tekiya, it's not ma'akev the tekiyas. And same thing, bracha say ma'akev, whether you make the bracha, you don't make the bracha, that's also not ma'akev the mitzvah. However, says this baraisa, tekiyos u bracha shel Rosh Hashanah v'Shem Kippur ma'akvos. Bracha and tekiyos of Rosh Hashanah ma'akvos. It means if you can't do all of them, you shouldn't do any of them. And therefore, also say the Malchios Zichronos v'Shofars is also Ma'akev. My time, Amar Rabba, Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Imru L'fanei B'Rosh Hashanah Malchios Zichronos v'Shofars. Malchios Kadesh Yatam Lichuni Alechem, say Malchios to make me your king. Zichronos Kadesh Yavam L'fanei Zichroneim L'toiva, that the memories should come in front of me to make me good, to make me think good of you. And how do you do it? B'Shofar. Ubameh B'Shofar. So the brachos that are connected to Malchios, Shofars, and Zichronos is part of one unit. And if you didn't do it with the Tkiyas, you're not Yotzei. During Musaf, he didn't have a shofar. So when he said the Musaf, he didn't blow. Then Isman lo shofar. Then also he got a shofar. Meiria toikia, Meiria toikia. Then you can blow shofar separately. Time at Lavalei shofar mikara. That's because he didn't have a shofar. Havalei shofar mikara. Ki shamalu, when you hear the shofar, I say the bracha shamalu. Make it connected to the three brachas in Musaf, like we do. Rav Papa Bar Shmuel kam l'tzli. Rav Papa stood up to daven. Armalei l'shmai ki nahir nalach. When I give you a hint, because I'm going to be davening a shtil shmona esrei, I'll give you a hint, then blow, tkali. Armalei Rav Eloi, Armalei b'chever ear. This din that they didn't blow, that they blow after every bracha, it's only when the tzibur is davening biyachad, but not when you're davening as a yachid. When you're the shofar, you should hear it al seder, the malchios shofar zichronos, the al seder brachos. That's when you gather as a tzibur. You have to hear the tkiyas the way we've instructed Allah Seder, but not necessarily connected to the Shalal Seder brachos, but not necessarily connected to the brachos. I'm reading the Shulchan Aruch. Yachid HaMispal B'Rosh Hashanah ain't mafsik l'tkor b'bracha. He doesn't mafsik his Shmona Esrei to blow during his brachos of Musaf. Even if he has someone to blow for him while he's davening still high. The toiking avur kodem shispal musaf and circle kol lo shenis. You blow for him before he davens musaf, and you don't have to blow again. So, for example, I go every year to my mother to blow shofar for her. It's exactly how I do it. Before she davens musaf, I blow shofar for her, and then she reads musaf, and there's no blowing connected. That's exactly how the Shulchan Aruch paskins. The Yachid shaloi toka chaver tokelo. The Yachid who did not blow, a friend can blow for him. Yachid shaloi birachein chaver mavarcham. If the Yachid didn't make a bracha on Allah Seder, it means he didn't make these brachas, the chaver cannot do it for him. Umitzvah batoikin yoyser mavarchim. The mitzvah is more for the tkiyas than the brachas. Keitzad. Shtei ayaros. You have two cities. Ba'achas toikin, ba'achas mavarchim. One has an expert shofar blower, and the other has an expert bal musaf. Which city do you go to? Holchin l'makom shetoikin, ve'en holchin l'makom shemavarchim. Frank more pshita had deraisa ad rabbanon. Blowing shofar is deraisa. Davening is rabbanon. Lo yitzricha da'afa gab da'havara v'hasafek. That means even if the tekiah was going to be somehow suffik tekiah is still odif me vaday brach. That means maybe they weren't sure that the shofar is kosher. Suffik whether the tekiah will be good. Kishem sheshliach tzibur chayiv kakol yachid v'yachid. There was a machlokes in the Mishnah Just like even though the Shliach Tzibur blows, everybody has to blow himself. And then Rabban Gamliel said, no, the Shliach Tzibur is Yotzei for everybody. Tanya Rabban Gamliel Barach, Lama Tzibur Mitzpalin. If the Shliach Tzibur can be Yotzei everybody, why are the Tzibur davening for themselves? Omelem Kidei Lazir Shliach Tzibur Tfiloso. The people daven in order to give the Shliach Tzibur time to organize his tefillah the way he's supposed to. Amar Lahem Rabbi Gamliel l'divrechem. So Rabbi Gamliel asked, Lama Shliach Tzibur Yordef Ne'ateva? If you say that everybody has to blow themselves or daven themselves, why do you need a Shliach Tzibur? Amru lo k'dei lahotzi hashena baki. Somebody doesn't know how to read Hebrew, doesn't know how to blow. So the Shliach Tzibur has to do it for people who don't know. The Shliach Tzibur has the power to be motzi even somebody who's baki, not just people who are not baki. Amar R.Hashana Rav Yechon, Moedim Chacham Rav Gamliel, that the Chachamim change their mind and agree. But Rav Amar Dani Machloikas. No, the Machloik is still Machloikas. Shomer Rav Chia Bereid Rav Nachmeni. Also Amar L'Shmaitza Kamed Rav Dimi Barchi. He told the sugi over. Amar L'Yachim Rav Dani Machloikas. It's still Chachamim have not changed their mind. Amar Rav Rochanan Nami Achi Kamed. Amar Rav Yechon L'Shmaitza Iflik Ali Reish Lakish. When Rav Yechon said the sugi, Reish Lakish argued. But Amar Adani Machloikas. The Chacham did not give in to Rav Gamliel. Freit the Gemara Amar Rav Yechon Hachi. Rav Chana Tzipuram Rav Yechon Hilchos like Rav Gamliel. Hilchos Miklag de Pligi. If Rav Yechon had to say Allah Rav Gamliel, must be that there's somebody who's arguing with him. Okay, and then we'll finish tomorrow night. We're going to do the Navi Shir at 7, and then we'll finish the Masechta tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It's very short. Should be 15, 20 minutes at the most. Harold, by the way, Harold mentioned to me he wants to do a siyum for all the Masechtas from the beginning, from brachos until we are now. So we have to
pick a date.
Yeah, well, you let us know.
Okay,
but
I'll take a look.
I miss all the siyumim. We're going to Eretz Yisrael on the 21st. So
21st of what?
This month.
Oh, November. Oh.
And coming back on the 5th of December. So,
Okay, so we'll plan it. We're not going to have you miss it. We're not going to have you miss it. We'll do it again before.
Okay, Ernie, where are you? Are you at a resort, Ernie? Where are you?
I'm at in the valley by my daughter, by Eliza.
Oh, nice.
Looks like a nice.
Beautiful.
They have a beautiful backyard. This is their dining room.
Oh, nice.
Very large backyard. It's very nice. So Susie and I have never been here for Shabbos, so we decided to come for Shabbos.
Oh, enjoy.
Thank
you. Yourself. Harry, are you in the spring?
Yeah, I'm in the desert, yeah.
Must be a little bit cool over there.
And it's not bad. It's 90. It's beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, it's nice.
Who did you take?